Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Andi Ahmad Shodiq. I am student of English Education Department 2017 PBI 1 and 2. My register number 20400 117 is about middle test assignment from a lecturer of discourse analysis subject. For specific title is spoken discourse. Okay, well, in this video I will explain 3 topics discussion. The first is about interactional spoken discourse. Okay, and I will explain from the first topic. I will explain what is it or definition. Then I will explain about the example of it, the reason for analyzing the discourse, how to analyze it, what I found from the analyzing, and the last, its implication in English language teaching or ELT. Then the second spoken discourse is about transactional, and the last performance spoken discourse. I will explain both of them with the same structure of discussion like the first, and in addition, for transactional spoken discourse is ELT in debate, and performance spoken discourse for speech deliver and or presentation. The interactional function is concerned with the maintenance of social relationship. For example, if two people pass in the street, then they make a dialogue. A say to B, "Hi, are you alright?" Then B answer, "Yeah, fine, thanks." The function of the exchange is purely interactional. It serves as an only acknowledgement of the relationship, and the answer is conventional. The reason for analyzing this course is to provide information about describe this exchange of structure or discourse and sequence, then language function, as well as the internal structure existing in the use of language for in social conversation for English language teaching. How to analyze it? Here's the conversation between A and B. A, are you busy? B, why? A, I'm going for a drink. B, I'm sorry, I can't. I've got exam to mark. A, that's too bad. That conversation started by A give a question to B, then responded by B with a question as well. Initiation level for are you busy? Then why level for response. And the last, that's too bad, which is then labeled as follow up. In discourse pattern that I found, ERF pattern also existed in this casual conversation. Casual conversation or this interactional spoken discourse use discourse sequence as a pattern. Then the U-turns of this discourse use natural language expression. And the last implication is the use of internal to determine in the conversation. That is about interactional spoken discourse. Then I'm going to explain about transactional spoken discourse. Is like you or the people who make a conversation is trying to sharing information in an efficient way as possible. Transaction spoken discourse is the language that you use in order to complete a transaction. A transactional it usually involves a simple goal by speaking with another person. For example, when you go to airport, you need to know certain language to check in, check your bags, go through security, and board the plane. These are more examples of transaction. The reason you learn transactional language in lower level English is this conversation follow the language in any situation when you need it. The reason for analyzing this discourse is to know in order to know the scale in order to enable them into speaking activities, and then to use strategy, understand each other. How to analyze it? We must know the exchanging information first, then look what the generic structure of initiation, response, and follow-up. The things that I found from the analyzing how the participants of the debate employ speaking as a medium for exchanging information. They debate to share information. They use the skill Richard said before, such as explaining a need, describing, asking a question, asking for clarifying, confirming information, understanding, as well as agreeing and disagreeing. Then its implication in ALT is first especially debate and discussion. Using the information is very helpful to present the authentic of spoken discourse analysis, since the information is the result of analyzing English language social context. Teaching transactional speaking developed from information integrating information will be very useful to help the learner to interact naturally in transactional spoken discourse, such as debate or discussion. And now the last topic for discussion is about performers as a spoken discourse. Performance is a type of discourse analysis. Spoken discourse aimed as transmitting in front of an audience commonly. delivered by monologue rather than dialogue. It means that the person who wants to stand in front of people delivered speech to share information. For example, presentation, speech, lecturer in the classroom, and public announcement. When the speaker speaks before an audience, the speaker often uses formality closer to written than interpersonal spoken language. The reason for the analyzing discourse is to know the generic structure, discourse sequence, discourse function, and the internal structure. Then, how to analyze it? We must find a generic structure, then we separate it, such as speech transcript. Then we determine then classify the expression of the language, the intention, grammar, introduction, and body of speech, and then conclusion, then the ending of the speech. Then that is the 3 topics today. So the conclusion is English in many countries is a taught in compulsory at school and university. The scope of English in speaking subject is transactional, and performance. So that is the 3 topic that I have explained: transactional, and performance. Each of them have generic structure, especially for discourse pattern, as sequence, discourse function, and internal structure. For example, ERV, initiation, response, and follow-up, ABA, and etc. So that is a pattern of the general structure of them. They have a characteristic for the different generic structure. From the analyzing the devices of language, like transactional, intransactional, and performance, spoken discourse. Then the teacher should be able to teach the learner or the student only, but also to teach them contextual of mastering English naturally. And the last, for this video, I want to say thanks for my lecturer, Ustaz Kharuddin, that has provided the material for preparing this test, this middle test assignment during 7th meeting before. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Stay healthy and stay at home.